Hey, what's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and I'm here with Dr. Jimmy from Back to Movement Denver, and we are here to help you recover from 20.1. So if you're watching this video, you've already done CrossFit Open Workout 20.1. It was a burner, and if I had any guesses, your lower back may or may not be on fire, literally. So the whole purpose of this video, this is a new video that we're bringing to you for free to help you get your best score possible in the open. We are going to try to help you recover from 20.1 so that you are ready to crush 20.2, or if you happen to be one of the many athletes that we tell not to do the move or do the workout twice, and they decide to do the workout 2 or 3 times, this is going to help you recover so that you could hypothetically hit 20.1 again and feel refreshed. So follow us through this 3-part workout. We have 3 different stages that Coach Jimmy has designed, and he is going to walk you through how you can recover for the workout. Now, before we get into this, I just want to mention one thing. If you're a CrossFit Masters athlete, I'm going to be talking about this all open. If you're a CrossFit Masters athlete, stick around to the end. Here at WODprep, we have an incredible Masters community that we just released that's going to help you get your best score possible in the open and help you beyond moving after the CrossFit Open, help you achieve all of your CrossFit dreams and goals, and I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video. And last but not least, if you want to make sure you're getting all of this CrossFit Open content, just click the link in the description below or go to WODprep.com and sign up for our open strategy guides. That way you don't miss any emails or notifications about all the cool content we're coming out with, because Coach Jimmy and I are going to be doing this hopefully every single week, and you don't want to miss any of it. So let's dig into it. Coach Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Jimmy, tell me, should we be going 100% in every single workout? Let's say maybe we did the 20.1 Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
It's Saturday, maybe it's Sunday. Obviously, we should throw down and go as hard as possible, right?
Absolutely not, actually.
Oh.
What we want to do is after a hard effort like the Open, the next day, you may still feel pretty good. You might be a little jazzed, but I can promise you the last thing you want to do is just go hard, because it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. And then come Wednesday, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm still hurting from that because I worked out hard in the Open and then I worked hard even 2 days after. You got to take a break so that you can hit it hard again the next week.
Yep, bingo, that's it. So what he's going to walk us through is a workout. Remember, when we tell you these movements, you're not supposed to go 100%. We're going to tell you about the percentage, the rate of perceived exertion you should have, but just I wanted to plant that seed before we get into it. Don't crush a workout as a recovery. Instead, we want you to walk you through a few different movements, and you're going to feel fresh, you're going to feel good to go for whatever that next workout is. All right, so let's get started. What are we doing first?
So the first part of this little 3-part series is going to focus more on just getting things to calm down. So kind of like Ben talked about, I have a sneaking suspicion that if you did this workout and you did it with friends, you probably pushed pretty hard, and your low back and your shoulders are probably pretty tired. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some movements that are going to kind of help calm that area down. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to the wall, and you might want a kettlebell for this, but you might not need it, and you're actually going to be laying on your back with your feet up against the wall. So the key with this is a lot of people are going to want to sit kind of like Ben did, really deep into the wall. You want to scoot back so it's only about 90 degrees. Then you're going to bring the feet up from here. So scoot in just a fuzz, Ben. There we go, perfect. And then from there, you're going to bring your hands up, put them together, and then you're going to be pressing into the wall, and you're just going to do a little baby curl up, enough to get the shoulder blades off the ground. Now, the key here is we stay right here. Okay? Why we're doing this is we want to work the abs a little bit, help the low back relax. So we're going to hang out here, and we're just going to be breathing and hold here for as long as you feel comfortable. Now, pay attention to your body. If your neck starts cramping, let yourself down. But you want to hang out here for a decent amount of time. Then you're going to relax back down, okay? Now, we're going to go into our second movement. So we're going to go through this whole series 3 different times. So we did this movement, okay, the little wall crunch, and now we'll go into our second movement. So Ben.
So what do you, like 30 seconds here maybe?
I would say almost pushing a minute.
Pushing a minute. If your abs can handle it or your neck can handle it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
I would honestly say try to hold this one about 10 to 15 seconds longer than you think you can.
Okay.
In your abs. If your neck is screaming at you, stop.
Okay.
But honestly, if your abs are like, oh my gosh, I'm tired, try to hold on for that extra little bit of
Sure.
time. It will help so much in that low back.
Cool. Awesome. All right, what's next?
All right, so next one, Ben, you're gonna be laying face down right here on the floor.
All right.
Okay, so from here, this is gonna look kind of like a ugly burpee in a sense. So you're gonna put
I'm
your
very
hands,
good at those.
hands right next to you. Now the key here is I want glutes relaxed and I want low back relaxed. So now from here, Ben, with just your shoulders, I just want you to press up. So kind of into like a cobra-y position, as high up as you can go, and then take a big breath out. And then we let the hips sag, and then we come back down, okay? We're gonna do about 10 of those. So coming up, keeping those glutes relaxed, keeping that low back relaxed. And you can ask Ben, it's kind of hard to actually get those to relax. You're gonna have to be very conscious of that as you do this. And then we take that nice big breath out. And when we take that breath out, we wanna let that back sink down. This is gonna help calm down those muscles in that low back, okay? All right, Ben, how's that feel?
This is fun, I like it.
This is a blast.
All right.
All right, guys. So
How many of those should we do?
So we're gonna do 10 of those.
All right.
Yep, nice and slow, nice and controlled. So the crunch, the curl up was kind of a max effort. This, I just want you to go nice and slow, nice and controlled. Make sure that you're getting that breath out. I want quality reps. I don't want you to race through it, okay? Don't worry, there'll be time to go a little bit faster in the next movements.
Cool.
So on to movement number 3. You're gonna be laying on your back.
All right.
Now, with your feet up in the air, with your knees bent. Good. And we're going to bring the knees out here. And we're going to put our hands up, again, just like this. But we're not going to put them together like the other one. It's going to be out like this. So from here, I want you guys to take a nice, big, deep breath in. And then a hard exhale out. What that's going to do is it's going to help settle these ribs. Now from here, we're going to take our opposite arm and opposite leg. We're going to reach it out. Make sure that that other hip doesn't hike up. And we're going to hang out here for about 5 to 10 seconds, depending on what you're capable of. You can ask Ben, this really gets those abs going a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then we come back, and then we go other opposite side. Good. Okay. So we want to hold there about, again, that 5 to 10 seconds. Then we come back up. Now here's the fun one, guys. We're going to go same side.
Oh my gosh, you're blowing my mind right now.
Blown, mind blown. Good. And the key, guys, throughout this is we want to make sure that the ribs stay down, all right? It's very easy to let the ribs flare up. And guess what? That movement
Firing on my lower back
is going to make the low back angry, right? So if the low back starts getting tight during this, then you know you're not doing it right. So same thing here. It's hard. Not only is it a recovery thing, it's working the brain a little bit.
Yeah, this is the best brain workout I've done in a while.
So you're going to go through it twice. So you're going to go
opposite, same, and then do that again.
And then do that again.
Same.
Yep.
All right, cool.
So exactly, just like Ben said. So now we're gonna go face down again.
I love this. I'm laying on the ground the whole time.
I know, right? It's
This
just,
is a great workout.
it's recovery, right? It's all about
It's
relaxation.
just my favorite kind.
So arms are gonna be out kind of in a T. Perfect, just like that. Now you're gonna take this leg and you're just gonna you're gonna reach up and then you're gonna reach over. Nice little scorpion action, right?
Yeah.
Good, and then we're gonna come back over. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other leg. I'm gonna try not to get kicked. Uh-oh.
I got you.
Didn't succeed with that one. So with this one, nice and slow, nice and controlled, just like Ben's doing here. It's gonna help stretch out the chest and it's gonna help kind of loosen up that low back, right? Making sure that the hands stay down and that we reach that leg almost like we're trying to touch the other hand. Good. And we wanna do 10 of these per side. Again, nice and slow, nice and controlled. So this whole series that we're doing here, the 4 movements, the little curl up, okay, the little press up, then our little dead bug where we go opposite side, then same side, and then this scorpion movement, I want you guys to run through 3 times, okay? It won't take very long, but make sure that when you're doing that curl up the next time, to do that max effort. You should be able to hold about the same amount of time. You're gonna tell yourself like, oh, this is the second round, I can't hold it as long. I promise you, you can hold it that long. Now, for those athletes out there that are pretty jacked, holding it.
So not me. Not me at all.
You might be holding it for like a minute and a half and you're like, man, I just don't feel like I'm getting anything out of this. This is where we can add a kettlebell, right? So instead of Ben just clasping his hands like this, he can add a kettlebell and that way it will fatigue his abs a little bit faster.
That's terrifying. Let's show them.
Let's show them. And this also goes for athletes that feel it in their neck relatively early. This will help you fatigue the abs a little bit faster.
All right, so I'm about 90.
Yep, just 90 degrees like that.
And here I'm gonna hold the kettlebell.
Yep, and I would advise, if you're not comfortable with kettlebells, have somebody hand it to you. And then look he's coming here, shoulder blades are coming off the ground. He's holding there, and then he's breathing. Guys, the most important part of this is to breathe. A lot of people will hold their breath during this. That's not what we want. Ben's doing beautifully, and he's pressing into the wall, right? That's the other key of this exercise. So Ben, does that fatigue you a little bit faster there?
Yeah, it feels good, especially one thing I forgot to do is press into the wall. And as soon as I did that, I could feel everything else kind of turned on there. So.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. Because if you're just laying there, kind of doing the curl up and not pressing into the wall, you're not going to get the same benefit as if you were pressing into the wall and creating that contraction.
We need to talk. Rango here just told me that you have not subscribed to the WODprep YouTube channel. In fact, not only have you not subscribed, you haven't hit the notification bell yet. And that makes Rango really sad, and it makes me sad. So here's what I'm gonna do. If I can get Rango to jump onto a set of jerk blocks, you're gonna subscribe to the channel. Deal? Okay? You see, he's kind of lazy, he's just chilling there. If he can jump on this set of jerk blocks that we have over here, then the deal is that you subscribe to this channel. So let's do it. Let's see if he can do it. There you have it, folks. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for making Rango happy.
All right, Ben, so we got through that first part of our 3-part series. So now we move on to something I think you're really gonna like. Guess what it is?
I don't want to. I see a row machine out, and I don't like that.
It's cardio. So
well,
our second part of our little 3-part series in our recovery is gonna be some cardio. Now, probably most of you are like Ben, and they're like, oh my God, cardio, really?
Right, that's gonna make me more tired.
Yep. But like we talked about in our other video, we want to get that blood pumping. So kind of like Ben said, we're going to give you percentages of how hard we want you to work. So RPE, right? Rate of perceived exertion. This is going to be about at a 70%. So it's not going to be crazy. It's not going to be wild.
It's like almost conversational. Is that correct? Like I should be able to hold the conversation while I'm doing this
100%,
next part?
yeah.
All right, cool.
70% is about you should be able to hold a conversation and feel a little bit out of breath. That's 70%.
Awesome. So like walking upstairs while holding a conversation,
Yep.
roughly. All right, so what is it? Show me.
So what we're doing next is we're going over here, and like Ben said, we got the rower out. We're gonna do 3 rounds of a 500-meter row with 3 minutes rest in between. Now, something I want you all to challenge yourself to do in this, right? This is also gonna help you keep that 70% a little bit more honest. A lot of you probably row at a damper setting kind of north of 5, right? I wanna challenge you guys to row at a damper setting anywhere from 1 to 3, right? This way, it just keeps it nice and relaxed. Your shoulders are probably smoked, okay? There's no need to be rowing at a heavy resistance here, okay? And then, just like Ben's about to do, we're just nice and relaxed. Good. Perfect. So to give people some ballparks of maybe like a range, let's say you're normally like a 150, 500 rower. It's decently fast.
Sure.
I would say shoot for maybe like a 2 minute
Okay.
to 2:10 kind of range.
Okay.
Let's say you're a 2-minute 500-meter rower. I would say, again, add about 20 seconds onto that.
Okay.
So that you guys can get kind of a ballpark of where you need to be. So Ben, how you feeling? Let's have a little conversation.
I feel like I'm ready to move on to part 3, to be honest with you.
But it's good.
But I can have a good conversation here. I'm not overtaxing myself. I can feel my blood pumping. And yeah, it's not too bad.
That's perfect. And guys, again, with this, we want to make sure that we do the row and then we do the 3-minute rest. Now, in that 3-minute rest, I don't want you to just sit here like a bump on a log, like Ben's sitting on this row. Get up, walk around, have a little chit chat with somebody, right? But make sure you stay pretty precise to that 3 minutes, right?
Okay, so we're rowing 500 at about 70%.
Yep.
Rest 3 minutes, and then we're just repeating that 2 more times.
2 more times, so 3 times total. The theme of 3s, I guess.
All right, that's pretty simple. And again, 70%. If you feel really out of breath and you can't have a conversation, you got to tone it down a little bit.
Yep. And same thing, keep that damper setting low, just so it's a nice, relaxed pull. Right?
Yeah, it was really easy to pull, so I'm not going to fatigue the biceps for the inevitable muscle ups and pull ups that are coming soon in the other workouts. All right, so that was part 2. What's part 3?
Part 3, guys, is a little EMOM, right? Again, getting the blood pumping, but giving all of you CrossFitters that little CrossFit fix. So we're going to move over here.
Makes
and
sense.
Talk about that. So this is a 10-minute EMOM involving toes to bar on the even and box jumps on the odd.
Okay.
So we're doing 7 toes to bar to really kind of help open up that shoulder and, right, again, work the abs a little bit so that our low back can relax. Okay. And then we're just doing box jumps to get the heart pumping and to just give you a little bit of extra stimulus, right?
Now, Jimmy, what if toes to bar are really difficult for me?
So
what should I do?
the perfect question. If toes to bar are difficult, I want you guys to do like a knees to elbow.
Okay.
Or even, right, we could tie this in to practicing for things in the future of the potential CrossFit Open, is you could play around with toes to rings.
Okay,
Sometimes people find that a little bit easier.
Sure.
Or knees to elbow, or really, I just want you guys to focus on kind of that kip. So really as high as you can get.
So it could be some sort of, just anything, whether it's an actual toes to bar, or it could be knees to elbow, maybe that's a little bit easier, or even just sort of like a kip lever where I'm activating my core and just kind of raising my knees up.
100%, because you're still getting the component of the toes to bar that I want, which is a little bit of ab contraction and then a nice stretch through the shoulder, but you're also moving that shoulder through that kipping motion. So,
Okay, cool. So how many reps?
So 7 reps of the toes to bar-esque.
Okay, and if again, if you want to play around with it, spoiler alert, we did predict that there would be toes to rings showing up in the open. So maybe you want to start practicing them. We'd hop up on the rings like this. So toes to rings, again, that same sort of shoulder extension, toes through the rings, and that's it. And I'm getting that core activation, and I'm really opening up my shoulders. That feels pretty easy, and it could be a great thing to practice. So the EMOM you said is 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So minute 1, I'm going to do 7 toes to something, okay? So 7 reps, and then you rest. So realistically, we're talking about how much rest?
Quite a bit.
Probably like 45 seconds, maybe even more.
Exactly. So the intent of this is, I don't want you guys to like jump up there and just like blow through these reps. It's kind of like everything else. Like do the reps, but there's no need to be like 7 as fast as you can. Really let them.
I never go da 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 da. Ever.
Ever. This guy at Toast Bar never ever goes super fast.
Okay, so we're knocking out 7 reps. I do my 7. I look up at the clock. I wait for that first minute to hit, and then I'm moving on to
box jumps.
All right.
So again, if you guys, let's say maybe for some reason those ground to overhead smoked your legs quite a bit, and you're like, whew, I don't know if I trust going up at RX box height, you know, for gentlemen, 24 inches, ladies, 20, you can knock it down. So
I'm gonna do it right away.
for Ben here, right, we're gonna take it to 20 inches, and that same thing.
And can I step down? Does it matter if I'm jumping both ways?
You
or?
can, it's completely up to you. We jump up, and then we can jump down, just like that, or we can jump up and step down.
Okay.
Just like that. And we're doing 10 of these guys. Really, again, what this is doing is just kind of helping shake out the leg or shake out the arms by doing that jumping motion and just giving you a little bit of a fix for something fun.
So
Who doesn't enjoy box jumps?
Me, I don't. I hate box jumps. So we're also doing a bit of hinging. It could also be a movement that shows up later in the open, but ultimately we're just getting moving. We're pairing the core, shoulders that are being activated with the toes to rings or toes to bar or knees to elbows or whichever you choose. And then we're doing something with the legs here, just a little bit of jumping. This is also part of the EMOM. So I'm doing 7 on the toes to whatever, and then 10 here. Again, this isn't gonna take very long, probably like what, 20 seconds maybe?
If that. Shouldn't be terribly long. And again, I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record at this point, but this isn't something that you need to be super fast at. The pace that Ben did those couple box jumps is the exact pace that I want you to do it at, right? Really focus on just jumping up, landing, right?
Look at your target, don't get distracted, don't fall.
And like you said, this might be a movement that shows up later in the open. So make sure that you're getting that muscle memory of standing all the way up, right?
Sure.
So many people half jumping, right? That is not what we want to see here, right? Get the muscle memory now so that it's not an issue when potentially box jumps inevitably show up.
Yeah, so if I'm watching someone or when I'm doing this workout and someone's watching me, it might be like, are they even trying? And that's kind of what we want. You're not going into this just full bore. I'm not trying to get as many reps in a minute as possible. I'm doing 7 toes to rings or toes to bar, and then I'm coming over in here and doing 10 box jumps. Minute 1 is just the 7 toes to bar or knees to elbow or whatever you choose. Minute 2 is only 10 box jumps. Minute 3, you're back to the toes. Minute 4, back to the box, so on and so forth. So in 10 minutes, you're really not getting that much work done, but you're just moving, and you're moving methodically. So 3 parts. We'll make sure that we have the actual list of descriptions and the reps in the description below this video, but it's 3 parts. We had a bit of a warm-up, we had some cardio on the row machine, and then we had a little bit of a Metcon where we get to swing around and maybe practice a couple movements that could be coming up in the future in the CrossFit Open. When you do this, I promise you are gonna be more recovered for whether it's a repeat of 20.1 or 20.2 or whatever you're hitting next. You're gonna be way more recovered if you follow these directions and listen to the wonderful Dr. Jimmy. So I promise if you're a master's athlete, I had some good news for you. So here at WODprep, we are trying to change the game with the master's division. We have a community called WODprep Plus, and that's a community where master's athletes and only master's athletes can get coached by a WODprep team member. So what that means is when you join WODprep Plus, you can upload videos of your CrossFit Open workouts and get feedback and strategy. You can upload all of your questions about recovery, about nutrition, about injury. Anything that you want to ask, you can get direct feedback from a WODprep coach, and you can only get it inside of WODprep Plus. And right now, you can still join. We still have the doors open, and we're accepting master's athletes, and it's at an incredibly low price right now. So go into the description below this video or look at the first comment. I pinned a link for you to go check out all the details. If you're a master's athlete, I promise you, it is worth checking out. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the WODprep strategy guides. So all you need to do is go to wodprep.com, sign up for basically anything on the website, but sign up for the strategy guides, and then every Friday you are gonna get a bunch of great information to help you get your best score on every single CrossFit Open workout. So I hope that you like this video. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you just hate Jimmy for some reason. But he's like really nice. I think you should hate me way more than you should hate him. Jimmy's the man, so don't click thumbs down. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any more videos. We are gonna be coming with all kinds of videos. And if you haven't, leave a comment below and let me know what you would like to learn from Coach Jimmy and I in our next video for next week. So leave a comment below and I will see you in the next video.